What is going on, everybody? Angel here, Begin Crypto. Thank you guys so much here for joining me today. Like I said, we've been pretty sideways for most of the month. We finally got this Bitcoin price back up to 40,000. I'm sorry about this. I'm logging into Instagram on this iPad, trying to make sure that my live stream is okay on Instagram. I'm using a new app and all of that. It's called Yellow Duck. So just trying to see if I'm actually live or not. I don't know if it actually shows me live or not. I don't see myself live, but we'll get over that soon. Sheeple. Sorry about someone telling me Shiba is pumping. Dude, I hate to ask, but Shiba's pumping. Benching 326 now? Yeah, I'm trying to. I love it. Gosh, I got stuff all over my desk today. Sorry, guys. I got my AirPods all over and kind of a mess today, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and let's go to the charts. So as you guys can see here, we are at 40K, 40,300. Still looking to move up to this 42,000. A lot of candles here between 39.7 and mid 40s here. So a lot of candles there on the 4 hour. Let's go ahead and go down to the 1 hour chart on Bitcoin. Come on, slacker. This is the hour chart on Bitcoin here. Trading View. Trading View is a wonderful thing when it works. Either way, let me see if I can move this. There we go. Like I said, a lot of sideways action from yesterday at 4 o'clock until obviously today here at about 12:15 my time. So a lot of sideways action. But just looking for a break. It's good to see that it's actually holding above 40,000, and it has been for a couple days here. So that has been very, very good. Polkadot is coming on. Polkadot is coming on Coinbase tomorrow. It definitely is. I actually just pulled that. I just pulled that up from yesterday. In case you guys missed it, though, there it is again. Polkadot launching on Coinbase Pro, which is very, very good. Shiba's up. I'm normally not a Shiba investor, but it's up a lot. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not watching on Shiba, and because today's the title of today's YouTube video, as well as on TikTok, is there was only 9 projects, guys. Only 9 projects that survived 2015. I got that from a friend on TikTok. His name's Crypto Mason. If you guys don't follow or subscribe to Crypto Mason, you guys should certainly follow and subscribe to Crypto Mason. But what he was showing on his video, and if you guys haven't checked out my last TikTok video, please go ahead, check it out. Make sure you like and comment it. Tell me what you think about it as well. But on that video, Crypto Mason went ahead and talked about there's only 9 projects in the top 50 from 2015 that actually survived the bear markets and the bull markets to this point. And I believe it was XRP, Dash, Litecoin, Bitcoin, NEM. I'm trying to think of a couple other projects. But but basically, you guys understand my point that only 9 projects from top 50 in 2015 have made it to this point right now. And that's what you guys have to realize, guys. You have to realize that not all these projects are going to make it, and not all these projects are going to be around for the next bull run. And the projects you're dollar cost averaging into, you guys really need to do your research and really, really be confident in those projects. Like I said, over the past couple of weeks, Wacky Weed says, what about HBAR? Actually, Crypto Mason's huge on HBAR, and they're very compliant with the SEC. And they're actually taking their time and doing things very slowly. I could see HBAR being around simply because of the compliance with the SEC and other big institutional financial partners. So HBAR can certainly be around. They also have one of their board members is Chainlink, and I think Chainlink will be around as well. The only 4 projects I've been buying: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and Chainlink. Those are the projects that I've been buying here on these dips, but that's it. And the only reason Wacky Weed says thank you, man. I thank you as well for joining me here. But those are the only 4 projects I'm buying right now, because those are the only 4 projects that I think I want to hold in the bear market. And not only that, there are 4 projects that I think will certainly be around in 5 years. So the survivors, aside from ETH and Bitcoin, will be Solana, DOT, ADA, Link, Algo. I like those projects as well. Just it'll all depend on the network effect and how successful the number one base layer, the number one layer will be, and how much network they have. For example, with Ethereum being the leader right now in being the base layer, layer 1, being the layer 1 solution for DeFi, it's obvious that Ethereum is way out ahead, but Solana, DOT, ADA, Algo, EGLD, projects like that are trying to be that base layer of DeFi and be that base layer of being that layer 1 solution. Whoever that is going to be very successful, and they're going to be the ones that have the ability to pass Bitcoin in the future. And right now, that is Ethereum. I am holding Bitcoin, or buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and Link. Link because they do well in bear markets, and because there's always going to be a need to be connected. Like Chainlink's going to be a great connector for projects, dApps, etc. in the future. Also with Cardano, that's actually me just hedging against Ethereum, because if Ethereum becomes the winner and Cardano, like I said, doesn't, there would be a strategic time for me to exit my position on Cardano. But if Cardano becomes the winner and Ethereum just can't handle the amount of transactions, and Cardano happens to be the winner, then that's what happens there. But like I said, that's exactly what I'm looking at. What was your price prediction on Polkadot after listing on Coinbase Pro? Well, if you guys remember the Cardano listing on Coinbase Pro, it pumped prior to, and it pumped very big. And then right after that, we saw the big dump, the buy the rumor, sells the news thing. And we saw that happen on Polkadot, or with Cardano. I think we could see the same thing happen for Polkadot. That's just what I'm looking at there. Sold everything. Be back in October. Robinhood, that's awesome. Like I said, we all to each their own. People who are playing more of a short game are, like I said, they're going to sell. People who believe in the projects that they believe in are going to play the long game and hold through the thick and the thin. So, for those who held Bitcoin, from its inception, obviously they're reaping those rewards right now. But there are times that you can time the market. It's very hard to time the market and difficult to time the market. And I don't suggest that everybody tries to time the market, but if you do and you're correct, you definitely could end up as profitable. But the thing that I want you guys to realize is there was only 9 projects of the top 50 that survived from 2015 until now. And I want you to double and triple down and understand the realness, guys. Understand the realness of that statement. These Shibas and Doges and iDoge and Cummies and all these projects, they're not going to all be alive for the next bull market. And that's what I want to stress to you, that if you're trying to do things short term, go ahead and do them short term. That's just fine. But you just need to understand the realness of what's actually going to survive. That maybe if you dollar cost average into a project, that it might not actually be around for the next bull run. Do you think Harmony One will stay? It has all the fundamentals, but the big thing that you guys have to realize is there are a couple things that I look for in projects that are going to stay around. And one of the biggest ones is the network effect. Does it have the network effect? Is it connected enough with enough users? Is there enough users and wallets and all that downloaded to buy that project? Is the utility of that project going to be useful? Obviously useful in the future, but is it useful to other projects? Does it have to be a staple in order for other projects to work? For example, Cosmos. I think Cosmos will be around for a while because I think interoperability is a great thing to solve. And I think Cosmos is one of the top projects for that. Chainlink being interoperable is very, very important. Now, something like Matic, if Ethereum is going to be the winner, having a layer 2 solution like Matic is going to be very, very important. But if Ethereum doesn't end up becoming the biggest winner, Matic might not be the best dollar cost average play unless you're trying to hedge. But and compound, will it survive? Do you think money fart token will survive? Yeah, or monkey fart coin. I think I just saw that too. I think I saw Crypto Weatherman. I think Tim said it. I think he's in his Discord. I think he said he's going to go live here soon. So if he's not live already, but yeah, he said I saw his video of that. It was hilarious. But all these projects, they're just not going to. A lot of them are not going to survive. Cardano, Matic, Dot. Do you think they will last? I just talked about Matic. Yeah, it was awesome. Hey, what do you think of H-bar? Actually, I'm liking H-bar more. I didn't like H-bar much, but I'm liking it a lot more as I talk more to Crypto Weatherman and Crypto Mason, who are both huge H-bar holders. They both like H-bar a lot. So, like I said, I'm pretty big on that. Nothing survive a true bear market. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin will. Yep, that's actually pretty good advice there, Robinhood. He says nothing survives a true bear market. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Yep, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Those are obviously I believe they're going to survive the bear market. There are a few other projects that will survive the bear market, but he is right. In a true bear market, you're not going to see much movement out of these projects as long as they survive and they're continuing to build and they have use case for the next bull run. You're going to be fine with some of those projects, but in essence, the realness of what Robinhood is actually saying, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, yeah. Shandizzle just says helium doesn't get enough love, in my opinion. I completely agree. Like I said, I have a miner coming. I have a Bobcat miner coming as well. I don't think helium gets enough either. I like what they're doing in terms of truly being decentralized with their users having the hotspots and using the network effect for that. Yeah, I think helium doesn't get talked enough about either. Like what do you think will survive the bear market? Like I said, I like Bitcoin, I like Ethereum. I'm starting to think VeChain's got some use case now. I think VeChain could, but if it were just a bare minimum, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Link, and maybe BNB. But I mean, true bear market, those are the ones that I think can survive a true bear market. Everything else is going to be tough. But in that secondary list that I think will survive, that Cardano, the VeChain, and then some of those layer ones as well. There will be more survivors, not only those three, around 10 to 15 in total. We are further along in the last bar market. Yep, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, Link. Yeah, that's a really good list, Miguel. Theta, I think Theta could as well. I like Theta a lot, but in the end, it's going to be, 7 to 12-ish. I think Chris Scotti is right. We're further along. But I like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, and for me, Cardano, just because I think Charles Hoskinson is going to carry it. So I think he's going to carry Cardano through and through and has a lot of connections in the game. So connections, it's just a bunch about who you know is what you know. So, but yeah, like I said, that's what I really wanted to talk about today, guys. Is we obviously see Bitcoin trending sideways right around 40,000. But I think the big thing that you guys have to realize is we still have to get confirmation that we're in a true bull market. I think in this bull market, I'm starting to feel like the height levels of hitting 300 to 350K Bitcoin this bull run is starting to get more and more limited as the time slips. There is no time restraint per se, but if we're looking at historical data, I think this bull run will be a little different than other bull runs. It could last even longer. I was thinking into February 2022. We could see, but the ceiling of hitting 300 Bitcoin as fast as I thought is starting to dwindle a little bit. I'm still going to keep my 275 prediction for now because we don't know what's going to happen here in the next month with Bitcoin. But if this thing starts to go sideways for a long period of time, it might be, a little longer before we hit that 300K. Crypto Weatherman showed the head and shoulders on the Bitcoin, and we are at the tip We are at the tip of the right shoulder. Yep. He must be talking on the, I've been looking at it too. He must be talking on the daily or the weekly. Where's my, we'll go ahead and take a look here. I'll show you guys as well. Let's go to the day chart. Yeah, I know a lot of people are talking about this head and shoulders pattern. And people are, so if you guys don't see it, people are saying this is a shoulder, this is a head, and this is the shoulder. So he thinks, a lot of people think we're going to just inverse this. They think we're going to see a steep dive to the downside. Is he on the weekly? I'll take a look at the weekly too. But you could even see it a little more here in the, you can see it on the day chart a little here too, but let's go to the weekly too. Oh yeah, probably even more prominent here on the weekly. And TradingView is being a little bit laggy for me today, but as you guys can see there, I'll see if I can zoom in a little more. That's what people are looking at for this head and shoulders pattern. Yep, it was on the weekly. But the daily, you could see it a little, you could see too. The measured move would take it to zero though. Yep, absolutely. That is very, very true. And I just don't see it. Like I said, I just don't see that happening. I don't see that happening either. So I actually believe it would, Miguel. I'm going to or take it to like 1,000 maybe. Yeah, I actually believe it would. It looks like it would take it down to zero. Yeah, that move would take it down to zero. So, like I said, I just don't see that happening. Can you please explain how you predict coin price by market cap? Yeah. So basically, if you look at, I'll explain that really quick. To manipulated today's cryptos, yes, they are definitely manipulated. I still think the measured move of that head and shoulders would take us down to zero. So that is, like I said, I just don't see that happening. Head and shoulders, like obviously a bearish pattern, but I don't see it taking us down to zero. So as you guys can see, on the here's the market cap. I'm going to show you guys exactly what Bitcoin to zero. You mean? Yeah, that's what the head and shoulders technicals would say. That's what the technicals. If you do it technically, that's what the technicals would tell you. Can you please explain how to predict coin price by market cap? So as you guys can see, sure, you have Bitcoin here at 700. Yeah, Bitcoin Sailor buying another Billy. Yeah, like I said, I think institutions are going to jump on this round. So completely, Miguel. I think the institutions are going to jump in. But as you guys can see here, I'm going to make sure that this is up for you guys. So in order to predict prices based on market cap, guys, you guys can see the market cap right now of Bitcoin is 754 billion, and the price is 40K. So and then here's Ethereum right around 300 billion. It's at 25. So based on prices, J Dempsey 11 says it can't be valid. Yeah, that's right. Institutions are ones killing retail. Yep, they are definitely killing retail because they want their spot. They're trying to bring the boat back. So that's exactly what happens here. Retail's got weak hands. Yeah, we got to strengthen up, guys. We got to strengthen up our hands. We got to hold. But as you guys can see here, let's say, so if we got to, so I wanted to explain this. So we have 300 billion market cap, $2,500 Ethereum. So if we got to a $600 billion market cap, in theory, we would have about a $5,000 market cap, a $5,000 Ethereum in theory. So same with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin got to a trillion, when it got to a trillion, we were about 55K. So if the market cap of Bitcoin got to 2 trillion, in theory, we'd have $110 trillion or $110,000 Bitcoin. But as you guys can see, the whole market cap here is 1.7 trillion. We were up, I think we were up at 2. I don't remember what it was, 2 point. Let's go see some of this, the all-time high of the market cap. Load. Slow. We're at 2.5 trillion. So we're down about 800 billion. My mouse is so funky now. I have a mouse going to 2.41 trillion. I think it was just a little bit higher than that, but I think that's where it closed. 2.41 trillion. 77 retail 20% only used to be the other way around in 2017. Retail has very weak hands. Bitcoin formed inverse head and shoulders. Can you please have a look? Yeah, let's take a look. Let's go back to the 1 hour chart. But this is what people are looking at, Crypto Weatherman, other people are looking at. I just don't see it as valid based on its technicals going to 0. Let me back this way out. Oh, I see it now, I believe. I think people are looking at shoulder, head, shoulder, but I think that's where we saw that pump here, right? Oops. Where we saw this pump up right here. I actually also think, now that I see it, we might have some. No, I don't think we do. Never. Doesn't mean it's bad if institutions hold a lot. Hedge will come soon. That's absolutely true. But not seeing anything different really on the 1 hour chart. It'll mean heavier manipulation, and the smaller fish have to play along with it. That is exactly true. To Master LB, to some it does. Crypto has no value. Will Buffett be right? Rico says to some it does. Absolutely, Rico. Good to see you in the house, brother. Good to see you in the house. But that's where we're at, guys. We're still at 43. We're trending sideways here. I think the ultimate thing that everybody needs to realize, and that's what I want to take home today. There we go. Is the severity that the USD and Euro have no value either. It's just paper. We give it value. Same as crypto. Absolutely, Chris. That's exactly it. Appreciate that. But what you guys need to realize is that only 9 cryptos of the top 50 in 2015 have survived. You guys need to be choosy about the projects that you guys are dollar cost averaging into and that are holding for the long term, because a lot of projects actually won't be there. And there are a lot of people taking chances on a lot of different projects. You must be crazy to think crypto doesn't have any value. Thank you, Miguel. Always nice to have some warriors in the chat for people who don't believe that crypto has value. So, but you guys need to realize the realness of a lot of projects won't survive, especially if this ends up being the bear market. You need to realize that a lot of projects will not survive. So holding them maybe, it may be beneficial, but it may be just as useless. So that's why the realness of understanding the importance of consolidating to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, and a couple other projects that'll survive. Other than that, be very, very cautious. So what is a good percentage of cash invested versus on the sidelines at this time? Well, I think you should have, like I said, I can't give financial advice. This isn't financial advice. You should definitely have some cash on the side. But like I said, I think 75-25 is not a terrible idea. And I think even having 75 in just Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, and just a couple others and being really, really consolidated right now is not a terrible idea. You can always buy back in at the site of Bitcoin starting to go even higher. Like if we go up to 50, 55, 60K Bitcoin, there's probably going to be a drawback and people taking profits on Bitcoin and moving to altcoins. And that's when the altcoin season will start again. But you won't see a bunch of altcoins pump until you see the strength back in Bitcoin. So in my opinion, being very lean about the projects you're in right now until Bitcoin recovers. And as soon as you start to feel Bitcoin recover on its way, that's when you can take some profits from these big projects and move them down to smaller. But that's just my opinion. So Casey says ADA, VeChain, Matic as long-term survivors. I like ADA. I like VeChain. Matic, yes. Matic can be. It all depends on what Ethereum does. So Matic is dependent on Ethereum. But the other two, yes, I believe they could survive long term. But there's probably only going to be 10 to 15 that survive long term. The rest of them will be trashed. So dollar cost average into altcoins right now, you definitely could if you don't, like with some extra money that you have that you're not afraid to lose. Because if we're in a Bitcoin, a lot of it's going to go. You're going to lose a lot of it. Not huge on dent. Pretty neutral on dent. Casey, thank you so much. All right, guys, Angel here, Begin Crypto. Thank you guys so much. Been live here for about a half hour. As always, make sure you guys go ahead and follow on YouTube, guys. If you're on TikTok right now, go to YouTube so that you guys can see everything that goes on my screen in HD. But until next time, Angel, Begin Crypto, go ahead and subscribe, like it. Otherwise, peace.